The NK series of CFMoto is the brand's most popular model. In fact, on MotoDeal.com.ph, the 400NK is the most inquired for big bike, aka expressway legal, on the website. However, the 400 is a little common, so maybe you want something a little bit different, something with a little bit more power. Let's find out if the CFMoto 650NK is worth it. It's time to go beyond the ride. The bike comes with the brand's 180-degree liquid-cooled parallel twin that has a displacement of 649.3 cc's and is capable of producing 60.3 horses at 9,000 RPM and 56 Nm of torque at 7,000 RPM, and is equipped with a Bosch EFI system. Bringing the bike to a stop is a set of hydraulic J1 dual piston dual 300mm discs up front, and a single caliper and disc at the rear, coupled with ABS. The front wheels and tires are 120 by 70 on 17s, while the rear is 160 by 60 on 17. You get KYB telescopic forks in the front, and also a KYB rear cantilever monoshock. The fuel tank can hold 17 liters of gasoline, and you can get about 20 kilometers per liter riding in the city. On the highway though, expect figures around the 25 kilometers per liter range, depending on how heavy-handed you are with the throttle. It's a pretty good-looking bike, especially if you're into modern nakeds. The black tank with the blue-colored fairings make it look very interesting. And then you get to the side profile of the bike. It's pretty aggressive looking and a bit of a head-turner if you're into that. The bike is a head-turner, and if you're not too familiar with the brand, it might make you go, what is that? Now, it did catch the attention of one of our riders, and he actually bought one himself. This one right here. Now, if you think the bike does look a little familiar, maybe especially if it was color orange, it's because CFMoto got the help of Kiska, the design house that also worked on KTM's bikes. So there is a bit of a distinction there. The angles are sharp, the lines are aggressive, and swoop up. The build quality is quite substantial. The bike looks like it can take a beating and still keep on going. Controls feel sturdy and robust, but the switchgear doesn't feel too premium, as does the LCD display, which still gets the job done. But we wish for that TFT display that we find more and more on CFMotos now. The seat height is 780 millimeters. I am 5'6", and as you can see, I can nearly flat foot the bike. The foot pegs though are a little rear set, which makes it a little bit of an aggressive seating position. The tank is nice and large for you to rest your chest for that full tuck position. And the seat does widen towards the rear, catching you if you decide to go all out. The weight of the bike is 206 kilograms or 454 pounds. That's heavy, especially for a naked bike. And you would think with that much weight, it would be difficult to maneuver in city traffic, but it actually isn't so bad. Let's do a quick sound test with the stock exhaust of the 650NK. All right, since EJ, our rider, has had the 650NK for a long time, we decided that he will join us for the ride today, and here he is. And since you guys ask us all the time about our gear, we will talk about it. That's an AGV helmet. This is a Combinate jacket from Moto World. Shoes are Style Martin from Ride Manila. The gloves are Combinate also from Moto World. Oh, the pants are Macna from Moto World as well. EJ's got an Ixon jacket on. The bag is from Dainese, from Revzilla. The Vimar Zephyr helmet, which you can get from Moto Strada, same as the CFMoto. So just ride out and then go back and then eat. That sounds so much better than this one.
So as I said earlier, the seating position is aggressive. You do feel like you're in attack mode. It does feel empowering and pretty good while you're at speed. However, at low speeds, if you're not used to the weight, filtering might be a little bit of a problem. But as they say, tiis ganda. When you do get going, it does feel good to be in this position. You do feel like you're in control and it makes the bike feel very flickable. Though for longer rides, you may want to rest because the seat isn't the most comfortable thing in the world. EJ, you've had your NK for a bit longer now. What do you like about it?
Yeah, having ridden my 650 NK regularly for nearly a year now, I can definitely say that the bike has an upright, albeit slightly aggressive seating position. Now this bike's muscular fuel tank extends your reach to the bars ever so slightly, giving you an aggressive and sporty position, yet a comfortable ergonomic for daily commuting. Now this makes it perfect for attacking corners in the twisties, although quite a handful, especially when weaving in heavy traffic. As far as power is concerned, I'd go as far as saying that the 650 NK's power is pretty satisfying. The bottom end grunt is confidence inspiring at low speeds, and the top end rush is considerably exhilarating.
I noticed, EJ, you've also done a couple of modifications on the bike. Can you walk us through it? What did you do?
So to make the bike a little bit more of my own, I've fitted an aftermarket exhaust system from Two Brothers Racing. So I've got a Two Brothers S1R carbon fiber exhaust. I've fitted a pair of bar and side mirrors to make lane filtering just a bit easier. And of course, the obligatory tail tidy for added pogi points.
And I know you've taken the bike everywhere. What does it feel like when you're going through the twisties?
Taking the bike on the twisties, well, it really brings this 500-pound behemoth of a platform to life. Now, the 650 NK does a great job of masking its weight, especially when taking corners at speed. This is greatly aided by the fact that the suspension on the front and rear by KYB, as well as the Metzeler Sporttech Z8 Interact tires, provide pretty good feedback for what it's worth.
Yeah, I do agree. It's a great bike to ride, but I think that CFMoto could have equipped this with maybe a slipper clutch like the GTs. So this bike is, well, close to 500 pounds. It's not light. I can manage it, but would a beginner be able to take this bike around?
Well, if I'm being honest, I'd have to say that the 650 NK might be better suited for someone who has more experience riding a big bike. Now, as I mentioned, this bike almost weighs 500 pounds, and that means it's quite a struggle to muscle it around in heavy traffic, and especially when parking in malls and other establishments. On top of that, this bike produces quite a bit more power than the 400NK, maybe 20 to 25 more horsepower, making it a bit sharper and maybe harder to manage, especially if you're not smooth with your power inputs. So yeah, definitely a bike for someone with a little bit more experience.
Before you bought the bike, what was the deciding factor to go with the NK 650?
So the deciding factor for me that actually got me to buy this bike was that I was looking for a larger capacity big bike that was capable of more long distance riding. So I came from a KTM 390 Duke, and I wanted something that's a bit heavier, a bit more stable on the highway, and a bit smoother. So when I came across the CFMoto 650NK and its irresistible price point, I was pretty much sold.
It is great value. It absolutely is great value.
For the price of this bike, other brands will give you an entry-level expressway legal MC, but CFMoto decided to give you a little bit more power. You can get the CFMoto 650NK for 295,000 Philippine pesos. That, my friends, is great value. For more information about this bike, or maybe updates on the new version of the 650NK that's on its way, you can log on to www.motodeal.com.ph. This has been Gene Rufino. Hope you guys enjoyed going beyond the ride.